Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor for creative memory scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks fabulous. Today I'm going to do something fun. It is another plus sign design sketch, but it's a really simple one. I think you're going to like it. It's going to be similar to the idea of what we did last week, where it's simple, easy, and repeatable. So you'll be able to remember it really easily and create lots of different pages just by changing your papers and embellishments and your photos. It will look like a completely different layout. And I'm creating with squares, but I can't help but think that this layout might work really well with circles. So you might want to try that as well. So let me get down to my workspace here and we'll get started. Okay, so again, I'll be working with my favorite book, the 110 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketches. Now, there's one for borders as well, and I love working from that one too. But I haven't done one of these for a few weeks, so I wanted to get back to it. So today we're going to be creating the sketch on page 85 if you're following along with me or playing along. All right. And I love this sketch. It's so easy, yet it makes a great impact. So first, let me show you what I created based on this sketch. All right. So I'm going to come over here. And voila, super pretty. Now the white here represents photos. I was going to label it, but I ran out of my labeling tape in my label maker. I have to get more. But these are 4 1/4 inch squares, the white. And that's what I'm using as my photo size. So I think you could even go a little larger if you wanted to, but 4 1/4 is a good size square. I happen to like that size, and I tend to work with that one quite frequently. All right. So what you need to do the sketch is obviously the sketch, but also your 0 centering ruler and a pencil. And then for the creation part today, you really just need your 12-inch trimmer and a tape runner. And I am working with the Tropic Time collection. Now, Tropic Time is one of my favorite collections. And I stopped working with it for a little bit because I felt like maybe people were getting tired of seeing Tropic Time all the time. So I tried to give it a little break, but you know, I had to come back to it, especially we're having really beautiful weather this weekend here, and it makes, I can't say it's quite tropical, but it's beautiful, and I will take it. All right. So basically what I'm going to do is create a second page for a 2-page spread to the sketch, and it's so easy to do. But this also makes a great 1-page layout as well. Now, I didn't do any of my embellishing on this because I knew I was going to make a second page, and I like to, when I embellish, if I'm going to make a 2-page spread, I want to have both pages in front of me before I embellish if possible. All right. So I'm going to go to the sketch here, and I already photocopied it. And what I'm going to do is create my plus sign, because that is actually what the whole technique here is about. Now, I have to be honest, this sketch is so easy. I almost really don't need the plus sign on this one, but I'm going to do it anyway, just so people understand the method if you haven't seen it already. So this is a 0 centering ruler, and let me just get a piece. Here we go. Then you can see this a little better. So the middle of the ruler has 0 as the measurement, and then the measurements work out from the center. And this is going to help you create things that are perfectly centered on your page, okay? You never have to guess where the center is because you just put the 0 in that spot. Make sure you have an even number of squares from side to side, and there's your zero. There's your center right there. All right. So I'm going to take my ruler, and up here on the sketch, I can tell from looking at the sketch where the center is, but once I think I know where it is, I am simply just going to make a little line. Little mark, just so I can make a line later. And then I'm going to do the same thing going vertically. So we're making a little mark on the horizontal center and a mark on the vertical center. And it's pretty simple. You just have to take a little time, and I think it's right about there. So just remember, your zero is here, and you just want to make sure that the same number of squares is on this side, that's on this side, all right? And that's your centerpiece. Then you're just going to go and draw a line. So I'm going to draw a vertical line, and I'm going to draw my horizontal line. Now, the measurement does not have to be exact. You just want to get in the ballpark, and that will do it for you. All right, so once you've done that, you're done with your pencil and your zero centering ruler. And now you can kind of look at the information you get from your plus sign. So from this plus sign, what I see is I have my 4 quadrants. Now this is based on a 12-inch page, okay? So, and this is this is one side of a 12-inch page. So this is a 1-page spread, but I'm turning it into a 2-page spread because it's so super simple. All right. So I can see that each quadrant, because it's a 12-inch page, each quadrant is a 6-inch square. So already I've taken a lot of guesswork out of what I'm trying to do here. So this lighter shade is one piece of paper. The darker shade is another piece of paper. And then these lighter shades are also a piece of paper. So these lighter shades, I'm considering to be the base piece that I'll be working on. So for that, I'm using the back side of this peachy floral print in the Tropic Time tonal pack. I believe that's in the tonal pack. All right. So here's my base page. So let me just get this down here. All right. And now if you look here, I'm just trying to move these out of the way so I can show you. All right. So here is my piece for here. And this pattern here is this piece here. Now, if you notice the top layer on each square, that's your photo. So that's 4 1/4 inch. Now, when I look at this page, I really think that their photos are smaller on this than what I have. But I know I like to work with 4, 4 1/4, 4 1/2 inch squares. So I decided to make it a little bigger. So as you can see, there may not be as much free space on my page as there is here, showing, letting the color pop through. But I don't know, it actually looks, it doesn't look too different. So it could be about the same. But I wanted to get the most photo that I could without making the page look too crowded. And I think I did a good job with that. All right. So the bottoms, the middle square here, that's the matting. So that's this blue piece here and this corally color here. So I made that piece, each one of them, because there are 4. So I made those 4 1/2 inches. And then of course my photos here are 4 1/4 inches. All right. So the nice thing is, really, I only need to make 2 6-inch squares because this is a 6-inch square here, and this is a 6-inch square here. And these two 6-inch squares are my base paper. So it's actually a really easy layout, right? So let's go ahead. And what I did is I used both sides of the same paper. All right. So I am going to cut this at the 6-inch mark. And the nice thing about this layout is it doesn't really need a ton of paper. So if you have scraps that are 6 inches in width, you're golden. You can use those up. I love using my scraps. Do you guys like using up your scraps? I'm going to say you probably do, but put it in the comments. It's always nice to hear. So here are my two 6-inch squares. All right. And while I'm at it here, I might as well make my 4.5-inch squares for my back case. Now, because I'm comfortable with cutting and stacking, I'm stacking these papers together so I can just cut once and make it go faster. And for this, I'm going to cut at the 4.5-inch mark. All right, and then I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to cut at the 4.5-inch mark again. I just want to make sure these are lined up nicely. I feel like they keep slipping on me. There we go. So there's 1, 2, and I need 2 more, one of each color. So 1 more cut will do. All right, and 1, 2. So now I have my all my squares pretty much cut. Now, what I could do is kind of mix it up a little bit, right? And do kind of a mirroring effect. It's kind of fun to play around with it a little bit. Now, I could do it exactly the same, but I don't know. That to me would be a little boring. So I want to have a little fun with it too. So I'm going to put these on. So here is one. But see how quick and easy this is going to come together. All right. Now, don't worry about it looking a little funky right here because our little strip here will cover any imperfections, which is great. All right. So now we're going to get our photo mats on. Yeah. So, and I just kind of tilted them. Nothing special. But what I did up top, you know, what I did with one, I did with the other. So just kind of do a little tilt, nothing too crazy, right? And then I'm just going to tack those on as well. And I'm just trying to center them as much as I can in each square. And I'm using the repo, so if I feel like I need to go back and maneuver them a little bit, I can. All right, so here are my little photo mats, and then I'm just going to make my little photo placeholders just so you can see. So these were 4¼ inches. I told you this was going to be a quick one. And it really is. Yet I love the look. All right, so we have those. And now when you're tacking, we're going to pretend these are photos, but when I'm tacking the photo down, I'm going to put that straight, just like that. So that way some of the color pops through and the photo is straight looking right at you, which is great, right? And you know what? This one's bothering me. I think it's a little crooked. I always have to stand up when I want to get it perfectly straight. I don't know why that is. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and tack our photo placeholders down. And if you're working with your photos, go ahead and tack them down. Straight. Hope you're liking this because this is actually just a really quick, easy one. This is a great one to do if you've had a long day and you just don't want to have to put a lot of thought into things. It's an easy one. All right, so now I'm just going to button this little area up here, and I'm just taking a border strip sticker. And you can do the same thing with a border maker cartridge if you wanted to punch something out, or a standalone border punch. But I love the colors in this border, and I think it just kind of ties the whole page together. So for me, this worked perfectly. And I just want to point out in the sketch, if you look at it, they did a double border, because if you see, we have these little white circles here, and then we have these larger, darker, scallopy type prints here. But I really don't feel like, for my particular sketch, I don't feel like I need that. I think this one border does plenty for what I'm looking to do. This one thin border just kind of ties it all together, right? I love the look. And picture this if you did it with circles. I think a circle, so that's another variation you could make on this layout and make it look like a completely different layout, yet it's basically the same. So what I would do is still do my 4 6-inch squares like so, but instead of making these circles, instead of making these squares, I would make this part circles. I think that would be a lot of fun. Now you can go ahead and do some decorating, because now I have everything on my page. So I could do, we always want to make sure that we're doing our triangle. So maybe I could put something here, here, and here, and then that would create a nice little triangle visual. All right, so let's see if we did, oh, I don't know. Well, we could do beachy, and maybe do a I would do this on a home square, just to pop it up. So there's one little embellishment cluster. And then I think I would go down here with something small. So maybe I would do maybe a little pineapple. That might be all I need, just something little. And I might want to pop that too. So I could do my little pineapple here. And then I think what I would do is put something right here, and that would create that whole triangle. So let's see, maybe we could do be a little too big. Let's do that one's a little smaller. This one. And a little title. Oops, that one could stay down. Oh, you know what would be kind of cute? I'm seeing what I'm in right now. Let's see how this little, oh, I like that. And then I could even just put this to the side like so. Oh, I like that. And then one other little thing, what could we do? Maybe a cute little. Okay. All right. So now we have our embellishment triangle. Okay. And that's it. A really cute, easy, simple layout. 8 photos. You could use one for a journaling box if you prefer. That would be not a problem at all. You could also use one of your mats. Just see if I have any here. You could use it as a title, like, oh, yeah, okay. I could put this here. I could just cut it down and make that my square instead of my my photo. All right. And there could be a big title there. So, I mean, there's lots of different things you can do with this, but I think that this is a layout you can use time and time again. It's versatile and it's pretty, and it holds 8 photos. I love that. All right. So I am going to come back up to me. And if you liked this technique and this video, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel. Please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And once you hit the subscribe button, if you hit the little bell icon, that will alert you to whenever I put a video out. I put videos out every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And I'm always doing some little technique, just like what you saw. All right. Sometimes they're a little more involved. Sometimes they're easy. You never know what I'm going to have. But that's okay. It keeps it fun and exciting. All right. Feel free to reach out to me anytime at fitzy'sfabulousScrapbooks@gmail.com. And you are welcome to join our Facebook group, which is FRQ Glitz Girl Scrapbooking Group. We are just a fun, happy little group, having some fun, and you are welcome to join in. All we ask is that you answer the group questions so we know you're not a robot or a scammer. That's it. Pretty simple. We try to make it that way. So I appreciate all of you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this layout, and I will see you next time. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.